Acculorber Forecast, Acculorber Forecast. I went up to heaven.
Oh, hey. Remember Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome? Well, beyond the Thunderdome is the Heat Dome, where two men enter and a small melted puddle of what had been two men leave. I'm on the floor for obvious reasons. When the hot weather is right between wanting to die and actually killing you, the most comfortable place to be is collapsed on the ground. But let's not talk about the heat. I was at Red Hook Fairway online to buy some inexpensive meat byproducts for the week. This summer I'm eating only Greek food. That is to say, austerity food, like aftermarket animal and plant parts. It is, what's the word? Not delicious, not edible. Whatever the word is, I'm sure it'll come back up to me soon. So I was in the store when the lights went out, which had me wondering how many other times the lights and the refrigerators have gone out since the heat dome rose up around us. But I was already committed to buying my half-pound of inner turkey loin and beef gums, so I decided to think about this. Rolling blackout season. It's upon us again. Like the swallows returning to Capistrano and all the unemployed workers of Capistrano eating them, we can count on this wonder of failed technology every year. But who really understands rolling blackouts? Let me map it out for you in terms you can make sense of, but then because of the heat immediately forget. You wake up in the Pelham Bay train yard or in a strange person's house, or in your own house, but on top of some furniture that you don't normally sleep on and have no idea how you got there. The last thing you remember is leaving the bar to go to an after-hours joint with some really nice people you just met. Your own brain has created a small blackout. It decided it would be better not to know what or who you did last night. It trades a little Keatsian negative capability, a little uncertainty, for full-on horror. The electric company does the same thing. They decide to shut off the juice in one area lest the entire grid go down in one big inedible soup of meaty byproducts. Luckily, the areas that get shut down are usually poor neighborhoods, so wealthy communities don't get inconvenienced and America's sense of itself can be unaffected. The guys throwing the switch aren't racist or classist. The infrastructure is. In places like Red Hook, which is mostly housing projects, the wires were laid before the term electrician even was invented. They were called Dr. Edison's plumbers or voltage masons. So of course, those are the lines that overheat before all the others. Even something as innocent as infrastructure allows the historically embedded rich-poor chasm to open a little wider every time the heat index goes up past the century mark. I'm sure Washington Heights is in the dark right now. So, hi Carlos. So that's right, Carlos, my old buddy, he's not watching this because there's no electricity tonight, and of course also who the hell is watching this? This weekend, manholes will catch fire, whole neighborhoods will get to play NYC 1977, bald people will take off their toupees, and everything will continue to overheat. Friday, tomorrow, high of 100 degrees, low of around 75. Saturday, high of 100 degrees at a low of 75. Sunday, it's going to be a beautiful day, 90 degrees, at low of 70. And then Monday, we get down into the 80s. And at night, we get down below 70 for the first time in what seems like forever. So we'll have lots of thick haze, visibility about 50 feet, and isolated thunderstorms, which may or may not happen. But if they do, there's enough convective energy in the air right now to make it really something worth your while. So in addition to spending as much time at home, outside, and on the subway on the ground, I also have several cooling centers on my body right now. Here's one. They're not as satisfying as the warming centers I'm going to be building in a few months, but they do the trick. In the meantime, the heat wave continues its tense negotiations with your organ's ability not to shut down. It's a little like the debt ceiling talks. Nobody knows whether the heat wave will break first or you will, but we're going to find that out pretty soon, won't we? That's it for now. Remember to set your clocks back this weekend. Farewell.
Acculorber Forecast, Acculorber Forecast. I went up to heaven. Where did heaven go? Biomass of flood after centuries of drought. Acculorber Forecast, Acculorber Forecast.
Okay. That was another fantastic.
fantastic. I almost lost my shit when you said Edison's plumbers or voltage masons. That was an awesome.